All right, and we're back for part 3 with What's Your Love Story with Joshua Hill. But before we go on, I want to definitely thank and big ups and shout out First Christian Church for giving me the opportunity, allowing me to have the opportunity to rent the space to do my podcast. So, Pastor David, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now back to you, Josh. So let's touch on. Let's go back to your previous relationship, and let's touch on more so like why the breakup and how did it get you to where you are now.
Okay. So when in the process of breaking up, or that like after we broke up.
Okay, so let's do a lead up.
Okay.
So you can, like you were saying, because I actually misunderstood what you said, because you were saying that she wanted more of the change for you. That's what you said. Okay, I thought it was the other way around. So we can start from like how that played a part. When did it start happening? When did you realize, or when did you both realize that, okay, we can't do this anymore? And then from there to now. Okay. All of that.
Okay, how much details am I about to give?
Come on,
you know
all
what?
the details.
You know what?
All the details.
Okay, so I'll tell you. Okay.
Boom, let's go.
Okay, here's so funny because if y'all ever wonder why I'm like kind of jumping from area, so her sister,
Oh boy.
her sister fiance, I'm in the wedding. Like I'm the groom for her sister fiance.
You're a groomsman.
I'm a groomsman for that.
Okay.
So you see, there was some stuff I was like, well, I'm trying to cut the rug.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know how you're gonna do this.
Oh yes. So okay, no,
Maybe they won't listen. Maybe they won't hear. They won't hear this one.
I probably go post it though.
I'm with it.
But okay,
More views, please.
More views. All right. Okay. Now I can talk about it and be respectful.
Okay.
On both parties.
I believe that. Well spoken, young man.
If not, call it.
Okay, serious.
Serious. We got to a point where we had an incident. I'm not gonna talk about the incident, but we had an incident around Christmas time.
Okay.
That after the whole situation, it felt like, dang, I don't know if we really know each other.
Okay.
Like I don't know if we really get a full understanding. Like, do you know who I am? Or vice versa. Like a situation happened around Christmas time, and because of that, we were both like, do we really know each other?
Okay.
So like in January, she went to like this prayer retreat, and I must talk to her because she called me and was like, hey, I'm not really happy with this relationship.
Okay.
And that's when I kind of go back to what I said, like, okay, we both wasn't happy because I think we was just doing it just to be like, okay, we just here for it now.
Okay.
Like even though like we're sad and we're not really mashing, we just here for the comfort. And so after that relationship, we had a talk because she also a Christian too. We talked, we prayed, we didn't talk to each other for like a whole week. We talked for a whole week. We just fast. Well, we just talked to God, seeing like is this something that He wants to do. And it's so funny because I was talking to God. I was like, Lord, what I'm about to do? Like, what's up? And He literally was like, anything you do, I'm gonna bless it. So like if you try and work it out with her, I'm gonna bless it. But if you leave, I'm also gonna bless that too.
Oh wow.
So like no matter like where your direction that you're going to go, you're going to be blessed.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, cool. And it came to the answer. Now I talked to my pastor, and he was like, if you feel like you're not gonna go 100% in a relationship, then you shouldn't be in it.
Okay.
And I knew I would probably do like, I would go 90. I'll probably go 95. I wouldn't go 100%. My pastor always told me, like, if you're not doing 100%, don't do it. And I was like, okay. So we had a conversation, and we came to the conclusion that it was like, okay, we're both not happy, and it's probably best for just to end the relationship. So after that, I was sparring because like, well, she see that she gonna find out. So I was gonna plan on getting married to her that year. So I was saving up for a ring and everything. Yeah, so I was saving up for the engagement ring and everything. And it was like, dang, I had a vision for the year, and it did not work out. So I was like, dang, okay. So then it was like trying to, the hardest thing after the breakup was burying the future. Like it was like, okay, we're not we're not going to have a family
Ooh.
together. We're not going to have these things together. We're not going to have kids together. So I had to bury that idea.
Oh my goodness. How long did that take?
Oh man, that took a good 7 to 8 months.
Wow.
So
I like that. Burying the future.
I got to bury the future because that's not going to happen with us. So once I buried
That's
it,
deep.
yeah,
I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
So when I bury it,
Put it
like,
on a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt. I want my coins.
I know that's right, because you pinned that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, understandable. And so it took some time, which kind of caused the wilding out process.
Okay.
Because it was like, dang, I had an idea, I had the vision for this, all this, and it did not happen.
Okay, so your wilding out was because you weren't going to have this future with this young lady.
Mm-hmm. And like even now, like I did so much of a work burying that I had friends.
Yeah.
I don't have friends and family ask me, "Oh, y'all ever go get back together?" I was like, "Nah."
Okay.
Because we've been like in such like we was in a relationship. I apologize because my phone
That's
is
fine.
ringing. I put that on mute. But I don't have friends and family ask me like, "Are you going to will you get back in a relationship?" And I was like, "Nah," because I can't, because I done buried everything. I buried everything. So for me to uproot that and go back to it, it's like it's gonna be more painful if I unbury it and still don't work out.
Ooh.
So it's like
double whammy.
I know, right? So it's like it's no point. So now I'm in a place where it's like, okay, I'm cool where I'm at in life. I'm cool with having the idea of a new person coming in, because some of the girls that I was talking to when I said I was wild, now in my mind I was like, I'm not going to we're not going to be together.
Okay.
Like, that's not going to. Yeah. That's not the idea. Wow. It's not, because you wouldn't be somebody that I would just usually actually talk to. That's right. Yeah. I'm just in the place of I'm in a hurt place, just looking for comfort, which is not a good thing. Right. Honestly, that's not good. Yeah. So working on myself and being like, okay, talking to my pastor and having these conversations and being open and being transparent. It's like, dang, I'm falling short. Cause so funny, 'cause every time I mess up, I went to Pastor Brian. I was like, I fall on the shoulder, the glory of the Lord. I know, for real. I was going be all right. I fell on the shoulder. It's so funny because I'm being like, I have accountability part. Well, I'm somebody's accountability partner, and I'm out here wild. I'm like, God, darn it, how can I give you?
So you were somebody's accountability partner. And I'm out here
wild. I was like, Lord. And I told that person, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been out here. But I think
I'm weak.
But I think in the journey of that, I think God give us grace in areas when He take care of babies and fools, and I was being a fool. Okay. And in that process, I learned like, okay, don't ever too much depend on this moment. Like depend on God more than just trying to look for like an escape to not deal with this. Okay. So I'm in a healthy place now. I'm good. There's still some stuff that I personally want to work on, 'cause I lost like some close family members like last year. Okay. So it's like I ain't trying to like get in no relationship. And so then I know this is gonna be selfish, and it sounds selfish, and it probably is selfish, but I'm not trying to deal with your problems either. I'm not.
I don't think that's selfish at all.
You don't think so?
I think that is very wise, honestly. Like, I think that is something that someone your age probably would never say. You know what I mean? Because for the sake of just being in a relationship, for having a body, you know, not necessarily sexually, but I'm just saying just to have someone in their presence and knowing that they're definitely not ready for that. So, you know, going in that you're not ready to deal with. You don't want to deal with certain things of your own, so much less bring in a whole human being and have to deal with their issues as well, because that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to deal with their issues too, you know, on top of all of that. So,
and another thing that's a little issue too with me talking to somebody, I know I'm a husband quality.
Come on.
So knowing that if I bring somebody in, they want that, they want a relationship. So then it's going to like, okay, in the process of trying to look for something as a quick pleasure or just a quick comfort, I'm going to hurt this person. Okay. I'm not trying to do that.
Okay. So during your wilding out times, what was that? What did it do for you?
Nothing. Okay. Absolutely. No, there was a time. I'm gonna share. There was this girl who was actually like a virgin, and she actually wanted me to take her V card, and I was like, nope. no, we're not. We're not doing
Oh,
that.
my goodness.
I'm not gonna be that guy.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
gonna.
you would have been that guy.
I would have been that guy.
Yeah.
I would have been when she played those songs.
Exactly.
I'm talking directly about him.
Yes.
It is him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was like, nah. I even told her over the phone. I was like, you probably want to do it with somebody who actually loves you. Like you probably want to, because I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's a whole nother.
Wow.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's another level.
Oh, come on now.
That is definitely another level.
And her argument point was like, because she was also about, we were around the same age, just like a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years older. And she like, I feel like I just need to lose it now. I said, well, it ain't gonna be me.
My God.
It's not gonna be
Girlfriend,
me.
why?
It is not gonna
Keep
be
it for
me.
as long as you can.
That's what I told her.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm the guy. I'm telling her.
Right,
I was
that's
like,
what I'm saying. You know how many men would have jumped to that?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not about to do
Good
that.
guy.
I'm not trying to. Also, I'm not trying to take up that responsibility.
Yeah, that is a big responsibility.
I was like, no, girl,
It's a
I'm
big
I'm over here wilding out because I know I'm hurt. If I do that to you, then that's just gonna be so selfish,
Right,
in a way, because
right.
I already know I don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
So if I do this, it's just gonna be bad for
That's
you.
also a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, but it's like I can understand why older guys try to go for younger girls, because then they can kind of manipulate them to being who they want them to be.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm not on that.
Yeah.
I'm not on that to do that.
Wow.
To
Wow. Okay, so you talk a lot about religion, you talk a lot about God, being a Christian. So when did your love story for God start?
My love story for God. It started when I was about like, I want to say I was like 10 or 11. It's so funny. I don't even think my parents know this. I did not believe in God until I was like around 11 or 12. I was just going to church like, this looks stupid. Like, really?
Church is dumb.
Right. No, like, church was dumb. I thought church was dumb. I thought people who were like going there worshiping, falling out was dumb. I thought all of that was dumb because it just didn't make sense to me. As a kid, logically, this don't make no sense to me. So we believe he created the world in like 6 or 7 days. That's what we
He just
had.
spoke and it was so.
So, yeah. So I had a hard time like trying to get
Okay.
that. Like, okay, whatever. But I felt like I was at a church service and I felt like I had an encounter with God. And because of that encounter, I was like, okay, let me give you a try. And then he would
Let me give you a try.
Let me give you a try.
What can you do for me?
And it turned out I was like, oh, you real. So, and because of that, I think my relationship with God has been great. Even though I fall short multiple times.
Of course, yeah.
Multiple
I
times.
think we all do. I think he expects it. Is that weird to say?
No, I mean, it's so interesting because God knows the end of your story.
Come
Like,
on.
you think about that. He knows the end of your story.
Okay, listen. So I had a question for someone because my question was, if God already knows what you're gonna do, it's like, okay, God. Okay, basically, it's like this. I was like, okay, if he already knows what you're gonna do, he already knows the end result. So it's like I can't get my question right. Anyway, her answer was he gives you a choice.
He gives you a choice, yeah.
So you have a choice to change, but then doesn't he know that answer too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I know I'm making this more difficult than
No, I'm
because I
listening.
really can't remember.
The question is, he knows everything that I'm about to do, so does it matter? Everything that I'm doing? And I think yes, because the thing is, your choice usually just don't affect yourself. It affects somebody else.
You better come on. You better come on. That is so true, and a lot of people don't think that.
Yeah.
They don't think that what you choose to do will have trickled down, because whatever I do is going to affect my son.
Yeah.
It's going to affect him regardless of what it is that I do. Whatever choice I make, whether good or bad, it's going to affect my son. It's going to affect my mom. It's going to affect my super producer. You know, so it's going to affect. So I asked you a question about when did your love story start? So I have a story.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't even
Can I
know
ask
if
you
Carlin.
questions?
Uh-oh.
Because you can ask. I will ask you a question that can pierce your heart.
Oh Lord Jesus! Oh my God. Are you gonna ask it now?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I want to hear your love story. Then I'm gonna ask you.
Okay, so my love story came through tithing.
Really?
Yeah, because I found out that you tithe your gross, and I was devastated because, of course, your gross is more money.
It is more money.
I'm like, why do I have to? I was literally angry because I was already not making a lot of money. Okay, I had an apartment.
Yeah.
Sorry, townhome. I had a townhouse that was only $450 a month. I was making $465 every 2 weeks. So I started tithing my gross. And tithing my gross, I always had food in the house. Even though it was just me, but still, I always had food in the house. I don't think I was ever late on a bill.
Come on now, sis.
I was able to, buy food, buy clothes. I was even able to make sure, because I think at the time I had a Jeep Cherokee and able to have gas in the car. I don't ever remember struggling. As a matter of fact, my brother and his whole family moved in my house. Okay? Not one time were we ever hungry. Not one, because I didn't get paid. I didn't get paid anything. So there was always a roof. Kept the roof over the head. Rent was always paid. So that moment, I realized God. Okay, wow. So it's like that's how I'm not gonna say that's how it began, but that's when it became stronger.
Okay.
Because I knew then that I had a family. It was me, and then I had a family of 4 or 5 in the house.
Okay.
And bills were still paid because that's more electricity, that's more water.
Come on.
So that's more food.
Come on.
Even though now they would do food, but still, it was still more on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't getting anything from them as far as financially. So that's my love story. Okay. So I believe like through that it made me realize that not necessarily when you pay your tithes is always money that you get back, but you get favor. You know what I'm saying? And you get grace, even though you get grace and mercy anyway. But it feels like I got more.
Come on now.
And then helping out my brother and his family, you know what I'm saying? So now, was I angry that I wasn't getting any money? Yeah, I was definitely angry because that could have helped me. But I had God's help. He definitely got me through that time. So I don't think I've ever told that story to anyone.
I'm glad you shared it.
Yeah. So I was
got a
like,
question for you, though.
Oh Lord, I don't know. Go ahead. What's up?
So how's the relationship looking now?
With the Lord?
Yeah.
I think it's like he takes care of what is it,
Fools
babies
and
and fools. I could be doing better. But again, I think that he gives me a whole bunch of grace.
Yes.
I definitely need. What I will admit is that I definitely need to do better as far as my prayer life. I definitely need to pray more. I don't get out of my bed. My feet do not touch the ground without me saying, Lord, I thank you for this day. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have taken me out in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? Good. So I definitely, and I do my devotions, everything like that. I have the Bible app, so I make sure I do that. So I don't get out of the bed before doing that. I don't feel right without doing that. And back on tithes, I don't even pay a bill before I pay my tithes.
Come on now.
I can't do it. I did it one time, and it tore my whole soul up.
I'm saying when I get paid, I'll just go ahead
and do it.
Take 10%. I'll go ahead.
Come on. We have push pay at our church, so it's on the app. I just go ahead and do it. So I just don't feel right. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of things I could be doing much better. Okay. I think he's still pleased with me, but I think he looks at me sometimes like this, like you know what? Now you're doing too much. You need to stop. So
I think that's interesting. Like I think sometimes like our biggest struggle comes when it's trying to die to ourselves for God. It's like, okay, I have to die to myself to actually receive you more. And it's such a beautiful story because Jesus died.
Yeah, he did
for
that.
us. So it's like a back, like, okay, how much are we willing to die
Yeah.
for Jesus and for God?
Ooh.
So I think that's cool because even like the season when I was wilding, I guy was like, "You go do Easter play." I was like, well, Lord,
I'm wilding
I ain't
right
being
now?
wild. What are you talking about?
A whole Easter play.
The whole Easter. And it's interesting because Easter going to be next week.
It is.
It's going to be next week. I don't know when this episode coming out.
It'll be 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's already going to be past it. So I
Yeah.
can talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, you can
But it's not really more of a play. It's going to be like poetry and like
Oh,
singing.
okay.
But it's going to be called The Redeemer's Heart.
Okay.
So to go read, talk about God's like love, His commitment, His forgiveness, and how He give us new life. So,
Wow.
So
are you're writing the play?
I already got people. I got people doing like spoken words on love, on forgiveness, on commitment, and on new life.
Wow.
So it's basically done now. So it's coming out on Sunday, but yeah, it's coming out on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
And it's cool because I got that from Wilding Out.
Okay.
I got this like, okay, even though I made mistakes, even though I mess up multiple times, you still love me, you still forgave, and you committed to this.
Yeah.
So because of that, then I can just change this and give myself a new life.
Wow.
So,
Come on.
Oh, that's a pastor. So I
hey,
gotta be able to keep a servant there.
You got the gift of gab, sir. Gift of gab. Gift of gab.
Yes.
That is all right. I did have one more question for you,
cool,
and then we're gonna end this.
Okay.
Okay. So my last question for you is, do you think love depends on how long you've known a person?
Say that one more time.
Do you think love?
Do you think love?
Okay. I'm sorry. Do you believe? Sorry, wrong question. Now I can't find the question. Oh, does love depend on how long you've known a person?
Man, I don't want to sound like I'm so indecisive with the yes and no.
Okay.
I just think it just depends on the person.
On the person.
I really do. Like you have people who've been married for 50 years and they dislike each other. Dislike each other. I keep saying 50 years.
It's okay.
But and you have people who only been together for like 2 and 3 years, and you can see a genuine love for each other. So I think it's just the person, if they're willing to be with that person. I never forget this. We was at a rest home. And when I was attending my dad's church, we was at a rest home, and we was there to sing for like the elderly. And there was this lady, and she was like, she probably like in her 80s, and she started talking about her husband. When I tell you, this woman was so giddy.
I love it.
Them talking about her, like talking about her husband. And they've been married for like 40 to 50. No, probably like 70 years.
Yeah.
And you can literally see she genuinely still loves this person, like high school love.
Wow.
And that really imprinted on my mind. I was like, it's what you're willing to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the people, if you're willing to learn that person throughout and take that journey and willing to overcome and not hold things back against that person and move on from things that could have hurt you, I think that's when it's going to be like yes to that question. But I think it's going to be a no when you're holding stuff and you're always arguing, and like at the same time, like you in this relationship, but you're not in the relationship. So I think that's my answer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know for myself, I have always been a lover of love. Like always. I've always loved love. And I'm at a point now, and I've always wanted to be in a relationship. I always wanted to be married. And I'm at a point now where I am so enjoying being single.
Really?
And I just said this the other day, I enjoy the fact that, because, when you're in a relationship, that person has to be, someone that you're constantly thinking about. They have to be someone that you consider.
Yes.
And I don't have to do that.
You don't.
I do not have to do that. So I am enjoying. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want to be in a relationship. Doesn't mean that I don't want to be married, but it's not as pressing anymore.
Yeah.
Like so much so that my mom was like, you need to plan your wedding, And so I was okay. I was having fun writing stuff down. I haven't gone back and written anything down in that notebook because I'm okay. I'm okay with being right now. I'm okay. Let me say that. Right now, I'm good with not being in a relationship.
I also think I think what you're doing right now is like purpose for you. So I feel like when we have purpose and when we're doing something of our own like goals and ambition, it don't settle on one person because you're doing that. You're fulfilling everything that possibly a person can do.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm doing this and I'm in this and I'm enjoying it and I'm like I don't want nobody to come in to mess this up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
so
and dealing with other attitudes.
And so then, getting phone calls like, I can't talk right now.
Right.
I gotta do it. You're not spending as much time with me.
Exactly.
It's like I'm trying to get this off the ground. So I get that.
You're absolutely correct. And maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I'm feeling this way because maybe this is my baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, off air, like this is getting me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I don't like to be in front of the camera.
Me either.
I can't tell. Sir, I don't believe that at all.
I'm very shy.
Yeah, because you made this so easy for me. Now, when I say shy, like I am background. Like I'm Carlin. Like I'm over there. I don't want to be seen. I don't want any of that, But I had this idea, and I would talk about it, but I would never say I was ready to do it. And I'm sure you know Carlin by now.
Oh, yeah.
Once you say that to
Great
him,
guy. He's actually white.
Think we'll keep him. He just has a really dark tan.
Right.
But yeah, once you say something to Carlin, like. I think I told Carlin, and I think it was a Thursday. He was like, I'm coming to the house, and we're going to record this. I was like, no, I'm not ready. He was like, nope, coming. He came with mics. He came with lights, and, and then ever since then, we just been, okay, well, Phaedra, I think we need this, and I think we need that. Okay, all right, here's Cash App. You
just don't know how proud I am of Colin right now. And you.
Aw.
But I'm really proud of Colin doing an excellent job with this. I can't wait.
I love it. I love it. So have you been listening? Have you heard it?
He haven't sent me no link. So
okay. So you're not on Facebook.
I am on Facebook. I just haven't seen no links.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm blame Colin though.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to friend you, and then that way I'll tag you and all that stuff. Especially once these come out.
Oh, especially.
Yes, most definitely. So, guys, listen, we're going to end this. Josh, I've had a great time with you.
I'm glad you did.
I'm so serious because you made this so easy for me because I was super duper nervous.
Okay.
I think Carlin even texted me, was like, so, still jittery? Yes. Not as much, but it's all good. So I do appreciate. I thank you.
You're welcome
for coming out. I thank you for sharing your stories.
I want to be back.
They were wonderful. Yes, we're definitely gonna bring you back. I'm definitely gonna bring you back because I want to hear what else is going on.
Once I get into a relationship, I will come back. Hopefully, it's not too long. But we just gonna find out. I mean, a lot of people been like, you attractive, but I haven't found them.